Hey YouTube. So about a week ago, I went to an art exhibit down at UVU that my stepsister had some art at. There was one more thing left after that, and then she is fully graduated art major. Cool. Good job. Um, it was an art exhibit. A little small, and there were a lot of people, so it was a little crowded. But I don't mind crowds, so I don't think that affected my perception. It was an experience that reminded me how I'm not super huge into art exhibits, mostly because everybody else takes way more time than me. I have a really visual mind, so given the size of that space there, I would say like 5, maybe 10 minutes. If I was all by myself, I could get through in that time and then just evaluate the art in my mind and keep looking at it and seeing the things visually if I wanted to. Up here. And plenty of time for me to take in, and it's just plenty of time for me to take in and see the art and formulate an opinion on it. And yeah, give it a little more time and I'll have better words for the stuff. And it's okay that other people take longer. They don't have a visual mind. So yeah, art exhibits not really my thing. Was a reminder. But my stepsister did some drawings of characters from an anime show I had never heard of before, and I don't remember the name of. If she gets back to me, I will put a link to her stuff down in the description below. I'm also going to have a link to this other guy. I forget his name. I'll have a link to his stuff. I liked his exhibit because it was about the book The Phantom Toolbooth, and he wondered what if it was an animated movie, which I'm very glad I got to talk to him because it is an animated movie. Made by MGM. I forget when, like 90s, I think, maybe. Like 90% of the film is animated. The first little bit, the ending little bit are live action. It's a good movie, but I liked his art. The thing I really wanted to talk about was the confidence that people seem to exude, more especially my stepsister, because I talked with her, but everyone else seemed to have this similar level of pride for their work, which they should. You guys did a really good job and put a lot of actual hand-drawn, painted, or drawn on the computer, whatever. You put work into it. You weren't just a keyboard warrior typing out, or maybe not even a warrior, but just someone typing out a prompt and having AI generate it. You weren't that. You did a lot of work. But with AI coming in, for me personally, it has made me a little... It's made me a little bit worried. Like, image generation, not so much, because I'm not very good at, like, drawing images. I can take some decent photos. I can do some basic manipulation inside of GIMP, what people would call photoshopping. I can do that, yeah. I'm not the best at it, and there's limited resources, so I've used AI to generate a cover for a poem that I did, and I'll probably use AI to generate the rest of the covers for those poems that I have. We'll see. But it's really started hitting me once it was coming for video. If you haven't seen anything about Sora, which I've learned a lot of tech people know about cool AI stuff and how it's changing, and a lot of less tech people don't. And I don't know how into tech my sister is, but art people in general doesn't necessarily mean you're into tech. You could be someone who like paints for a living and doesn't really know how good AI has gotten, and then finally things come around and you see it. And like, if I wonder how much they're talking about AI in the classes, because at minimum, you don't have to use AI, you don't have to teach AI, but at minimum, you need to have at least one section where you say, look, this is what AI is capable of. Be prepared for that as you try to make art be your career. Because people seriously need to know that, or they are going to have their lunch, maybe not quite stolen from them, but they're not going to maybe have as much success as they had hoped. I'm not in with, like, how much art is going for, how much people are being paid for commissions, but my stepsister, very confident. One of the things that was mentioned in conversation was, commission probably pay for a year of Squarespace, and she agreed with that because she's using Squarespace to make a website, Again, I'll have that in the description if she gets back to me with that stuff. But that level of confidence I thought was really amazing. And I've talked about this in a previous video, but I suspect with AI, so right now we have a term handmade, which gets put on a lot of I was going to say products that are handmade. And a lot of people, like that sort of a thing. And so they buy handmade, handcrafted, small little batch things, little crafty things they like. People like that. And so I think with AI in the future, we're going to end up seeing human made as a tag for stuff. Human drawn, human created, whatever you want to use. There will be some term for that. And there will still be some market for that. Especially when we talk about this stuff as people specifically bringing their experiences to the table, and more so when it's real stuff, if you documentary style things that have to show how things actually are. I've talked about that. I've talked about content types that AI will never do, which anything that needs human input. My go-to example was food tasting. You don't watch AI try a meat stick unless it's maybe really funny or something. You want to watch a human do that so you actually know how it tastes, because AI can't do that. But just the level of confidence that my stepsister and all of these other people seem to exude for the future, and their work was actually really cool. And it's given me a little level of confidence. I don't know when, but at some point I want to talk a little deeper about kind of the emotional roller coaster for me that's been with AI and potentially coming for what I'm trying to do with this channel. Because I don't want to just sit in front of my keyboard and type stuff out and that's how I make my next short film. I want to actually use my camera and actually shoot myself and others doing acting and things. So, but that will be covered in another video. But I mean, everyone there, thank you for your confidence. It was much appreciated. And I'm really glad that you have it and that you're excited to go forth. And I don't know if everyone there was planning to actually make art their job, but for everyone who is, I seriously wish you success. I hope you find people that actually need humans to do this sort of a thing and to make art and create the way that you create. And, if you're finding that's not as easy because of AI, well then I hope you can find some success with AI, and maybe you don't like it, but find a way to work it into your flow and become maybe a good prompt writer. It's supposed to be really easy and simple, they say, but there is actually a lot to it, and I'm not very good at AI generation yet. I still have a lot to learn. It's definitely going to make things easier than if I tried to learn hand-drawn, because my coordination is not great, all that stuff. But, so it's good. And, one more thing I wanted to mention, too, that makes it good, but also, maybe not, is my aunt has talked about, I think it's Midjourney's the one that she uses for generating book covers for her stuff. She's a writer. She's gone to people in the past for covers, and then it's kind of like, well, that's good, but can you make her hair a little red or something like that? And they're often like, well, why don't you make it yourself? Well, now she can with AI, and so there's a blessing to it, but I mean, for the artists out there, it's going to be tough. So yeah, thank you for your confidence. I hope that I can carry that forward and actually make something. Pre-uploaded stuff has been a little slow lately for anybody who's actively watching. I'm still doing my Minecraft streams. I may stream a few other games here and there that I can just, click a few buttons and stream. Yeah, I'm also working through other mental challenges right now, too, with some personal stuff in life. Hopefully I can get that sorted out and actually film some things and do what I really like doing. So, again, links to Phantom Toolbooth display are in the description, and hopefully a link to my stepsister's stuff in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go support them. If you want to support me, you can leave a like down below. Check out the variety of other things that I do. Go watch Airborne Death. That's my favorite thing to date that I have made. If you want to subscribe, sure, but remember, notifications have to be turned on for your YouTube app. Otherwise, clicking the bell does nothing. And just get my watch hours up. I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Bye.